Assistant Superintendent for Elementary, Kathy Arola. And Assistant Superintendent for Elementary, Lucy Schultz. If you'll help me welcome them to the stage. And now, for the moment you have all been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Humble High School class of 2018. And now, if you will please remain standing for the presentation of our national colors, the Pledge of Allegiance, the singing of our national anthem. The colors are being presented by the Humboldt High School Army JROTC Color Guard. ROTC, you may post the colors. Now the Humboldt High School Choir, under the direction of Adam Hightower, will sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang clear, the bombs bursting in, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, Caitlin Vaughn will come to the podium to say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now we will have Zakese Riley saying the Texas Pledge.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
You may now take your seats. Good evening and welcome to the Humboldt High School Centennial Graduation Ceremony. Congratulations, graduates. Before we begin tonight, I'd like our graduates to say thank you to some people who helped get them here today. So graduates, if you would give your parents and family a big round of applause. And let's also thank the senior team of Mr. Colston, Miss Braden, Miss Tittle, Dr. Lumi Johnson, Miss Coker, and what would y'all have done without Miss Gonzalez? She really ran the show. So 100 years. From 1918 to May 26th of 2018, the Humboldt Wildcats have had a long history of success, spanning 3 different buildings, 24,968 graduates, and today we add your name to that list. The first building that housed Humboldt High School is a building now called the Bender Performing Arts Center. There's a motto on that building, and it says, "Impossible is un-American." That motto is also on every page of the 1918-1919 yearbook. And this year, more than most years, you have overcome some seemingly impossible hurdles. With the devastation of Hurricane Harvey, ice storms, and a year of violence that plagued our public schools, you have persevered. For many years, Humble High School was the only high school in the district. As our community grew and more schools were needed, we now share the stage with 5 other high schools. But through all these transitions, the Wildcats continue to shine today as we did 100 years ago, with award-winning academic programs and athletic programs. Today, we celebrate your academic success. And you know I'm the crazy principal, so I had to bring props with me to share the message. Don't do it, I know, because y'all know, right? So, prop number 1, you may call a graduation cap. It's really called a mortarboard, and it represents all that you have accomplished with the help of teachers, friends, and family. But ultimately, you had to persist in the task until you reached this milestone. No one could do it for you. As you leave today, take this cap as a symbol of your successful completion on a chapter in your life. You may not be able to see this, but it's a journal, and it is full of empty pages. This empty journal represents the rest of your story. You have completed a chapter in your life, and you are moving on to another. You are the author of this next chapter. Through your words and your actions, you will decide what you want written on these pages. You decide if you want to control your own destiny or if you want to let life's circumstances control you. As the author of your next chapter, what story will you share with the world? And now my third and final and favorite prop. Oh yeah, y'all have seen these at pep rallies, yeah. Shoes, but these aren't any ordinary shoes. These are my purple Humble High School Wildcat shoes. So we've talked about your success today, symbolized in this hat. We've talked about the power you have to be the author of your story. And now shoes. Yes, shoes. Every day you put your feet in a pair of shoes and off you go without even thinking about the shoes. But these shoes represent something very important. You see, nobody's ever walked in your shoes. No one has had the same experiences that you've had. So your story, your reflection on your life, your successes are all uniquely you. Shoes have the power to help you forge a new path. They can help you walk toward opportunity and away from trouble. You see, where your feet land, the rest of your body follows. Where are your feet going to lead you? Tonight, these Wildcat shoes represent all the 100 years of graduation ceremonies, 100 years of mottos from impossible is un-American to hashtag HHS Purple Pride, 100 years of seniors moving their tassels and throwing their caps in the air to enter into a new chapter in your life, and 100 years of families celebrating the academic accomplishments of their students. To close, Dr. Seuss says it best. You have brains in your head and feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. And as you leave here today, you are going to get a purple tennis shoe just to remind you that your feet can lead you wherever you want them to. So congratulations, class of 2018. God bless you and have a great Wildcat Day. At this time, I would like to introduce our salutatorian, Janisha Patel.
Welcome and good evening, district personnel, family, and friends of the class of 2018. We are here tonight to honor the class of 2018 on our outstanding efforts leading up to our graduation and our official entrance into adulthood. These past 4 years have been quite the ordeal, dealing with the typical demands of high school, along with the drama that seemed almost inescapable. We're all survivors, and I know that the lessons we have learned throughout high school will guide us on our separate journeys, attending institutions of higher education, joining the workforce, or serving our country. Whatever path you decided to take, I genuinely hope everyone finds endless happiness through their separate ventures. Now, for the longest time, I couldn't decide on the direction of my speech. So I finally came to the conclusion of sharing my best lessons I have learned from my high school experience through an analogy of one of my all-time favorite Disney movies, High School Musical. Lesson 1, don't stick to the status quo. The cafeteria scene was a pivotal part of the movie because it showed people aren't one-dimensional, and giving labels of a nerd versus a jock is not an accurate representation of our experience at Humboldt High School. We were all allowed to express ourselves, whether any way we wanted to, whether it's through competing in academic meets, dancing, singing, acting, or playing sports and instruments. We all essentially defied the status quo. I believe we should continue challenging the societal pressures in order to make our individual marks on the world. Lesson 2, if you truly put your heart and mind to something, the probability of achieving your goal is infinitely higher than if you don't. Much like Gabriella in High School Musical, who encountered a few setbacks on her way to achieving her goals, we need to put in the effort in order to make our dreams come true. We will have many failed attempts, but it's our reaction to our defeat that defines us as people. Success is not found through the standardized exams and numbers that dictate our place in our class. Success is your legacy, defined by the positive impact you have on yourself and on others. Finally, lesson 3, you're never completely alone. When it comes to your endeavors, you will always have the support of your family, teachers, and friends. I want to thank my family for dealing with the constant back and forth commutes between home, school, and work. I would also like to thank them for providing me with all the opportunities that they missed growing up in India and in Africa. If I don't say this enough, thank you. I truly appreciate everything you do for us, and I love you guys so much. I also want to extend my gratitude to my teachers, most of whom I've had the privilege of learning from for 2 years. Without their endless support and belief in my abilities, I would not be here on this stage delivering this speech. I will carry all the lessons you have taught me, especially the ones pertaining to our lives. Now finally, my friends. We all suffered through the immense amount of our IB coursework while dealing with the extracurricular and working on our college applications and scholarships this year. Our common struggles are what made us strong, particularly combined with the intense support we give each other. I just wanted to say thank you for being a part of my high school experience, and as we begin to enter the unknown, just remember that we're all in this together. Now, since the class of 2018 is the 100th graduating class, I would also like to recognize the district for their 100 years of excellent service in academics and extracurricular activities on every campus, specifically our very own Humboldt High School. My final reminder for the class of 2018 is to never forget our roots and to forever remember, once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat. Now, please, well, I would like to introduce our valedictorian, William Zachary Bowie.
Hello. Good evening, humble graduates of 2018. I want to start off by congratulating each and every one of you on your amazing accomplishment. Today is our day, and your hard work, determination, and perseverance will be recognized as we share this stage. Secondly, I'd like to thank my lovely parents, William and Cynthia, who have taught me how to walk on my own 2 feet, which have carried me here and will continue carrying me towards a bright future. My success is theirs, and I'm thankful for all the love and support that has always allowed me to succeed. I would also like to thank Javier Garza and Julia Serna, who have served as a second set of parents to me and my friends, giving wisdom and motivation unconditionally. All of us may not be fortunate enough to have two sets of loving parents, but I hope that every one of you had at least one person in your life to push you forward, comfort you when you failed, and then hold your hand as you did it all over again. It is these people in your life that I urge you to thank, as they worked right alongside of you, who in ways we may not realize or take for granted are responsible for getting a diploma in our hands. I'd also like to thank my teachers, whose passion, support, and love have more than literally put us here on stage, as they take on the impossible job of preparing the youth for the future, and clearly succeeded. And finally, I'd like to thank my friends, whose contribution to my success is both immeasurable and leaves me without words to express it. As I look back and reflect on my time at Humble High School, I realize the importance of this day and how influential Humble High School was in my life. It seems hard to imagine how much growth, change, and maturity can happen inside the halls of a high school. Some of our parents still think we need to grow up, but I think that all comes clear with some perspective. At 18 years old, spending 4 years at Humble High School would account for a little more than a fifth of your life. 20% of what we are as people was influenced by the halls of Humble High School. Many of us made new friends and might have lost a few along the way. We lived through dance crazes, fashion fads, and celebrity drama, all while taking in the weird and wonderful things the world had to offer. Though I wish that I remember high school for the positive, we cannot ignore the things that weren't. We as students have been witness to a harsh political climate that remains divided, and now live in a time where many high school students will never have the privilege to stand where we do now, as their lives were cut short. Regardless of our feelings towards the political issue, the best thing we can do to honor these students is to succeed. We must not fear to move forward, but recognize how fortunate we are to have the opportunity and take advantage of it in any way we can. Many of us here will go into the workforce, pursue higher education, or go on to serve and protect our amazing country. Our success is proof that the strength and resolve of Humble and the new generation of this country is powerful enough to overcome any hardship. I know that high school isn't perfect, but then again, neither are we. Just ask your parents or your teachers. We've all made mistakes. I know personally, I used to have an afro. When I look back, I'm going to be shaking my head trying to figure out how I walked out the house every day with that hair. However, I hope your memory of Humble High School propels you forward as we grow and change. As I look out into the crowd, I am humbled, pun intended, by the potential of the class of 2018 as we all share our stories, experiences, and passions to represent something bigger than ourselves. I know we are all looking forward to forgetting our last test, our last essay, our last group project which no one wanted to do, so one person had to do all the work last minute, our last nervous presentation, and maybe our last all-nighter that only happened because you procrastinated in all your work. However, I hope you never forget the last time you stepped foot in Humble High School, the last time you said goodbye to a teacher, the last time you genuinely smiled, the friends you made that will last a lifetime. Maybe one day you'll have a few kids of your own who will walk the same halls you did. Not me though, I don't like kids. Although my mom says I'll come around. We as students did much more than just show up to receive our diploma. We were athletes, musicians, artists, and performers. We were significant members of our communities and churches, and hopefully we will continue to be all of those things. No matter what from our time at Humble, it's obvious that Humble will not forget us. We are the proud 100th class of Humble High School, if you couldn't tell by our nice white robes, which kind of make us look like altar boys and girls. I find this strangely prophetic, although, as we are taught that 100 meant perfection in school, whether it was 100 on the test or in class. While we are far from perfection, I am sure that after 100 years of tradition, culture, and teaching, the class of 2018 will be one that stands out and sets the example for all others as Humble continues to strive for perfection. We cannot wait for anyone else to make the changes we want to see in this world. It will be people in this generation, and hopefully people from this class, that make the changes that make the world a better place. Although it's great to cherish and learn from the past, it's the future that we wake up every morning for, and that we have the power to change. Now, for some more practical advice, if you're heading to college, be sure to take advantage of your student discounts. You'll already be poor enough just being there. Thank you all for coming, and congratulations to all of Humble's graduating class of 2018. Ms. Orrick will now present the graduating class of 2018.
Parents and guests, I present to you the Humble High School graduation candidates of 2018. Woohoo! Dr. Fagan, Board of Trustees, I hereby certify that these students have met the requirements set forth by the state of Texas, Humble Independent School District, and Humble High School. They are ready to receive their diplomas. Would the top 10 graduates, class officers, and student council officers please stand and come forward?
William Zachary Bowie. Janisha Dipakbai Patel. Aaron Torres Palomo. Alinda Young Kim Mack. Jose Cecilio Amaya Jr. James John Guerra III. Gabriela Bastidas. Alexandra Renee Trevino. Stephanie Gonzaga. Aaron Sebastian Relas. Alexandria Schuyler Chambers. Genesis Dominique Franklin. Caitlin Deanne Vaughn. McKinley Rianne Broussard. Zakis Emmanuel Riley. Mariah Elise Graves. Kivana Shanae Baines, Shirlea Paige Brown, Samantha Marie Cantrell, Juan Manuel Cisneros Jr., Jenica Benaya Ustaquillo, Ernesto Xavier Garza, Barbara Belen Charcus, Ruben Martinez Jr., Sarah Catherine Mays, Joel Enrique Oseguera Delgado, Jennifer Nicole Peralta, Furkan Reyes, Daniela Nicole Zapata, Abidel Yobani Acuna, Joseph Angel Aguilar, Mireya Aguilar Jasso, Dazzle Michelle Alanis, Amari Alexander, Asan Ali, Derek Jermaine Allison Jr., Jalen Deshaun Alsanders, Melody Alvarado, Serena Lizette Amers, Nicholas Alexander Amron, Melissa Andrade, Kamari Elon Andrews, Rodrigo Alejandro Anzoro Chavez, Marco Arias, Aviu Artiega, Carrick LaRon Wilson Asbury, Amber Denise Ashley, Ariel Anel Asian, Brightener Asafoga, Joel Anthony Ayala, Guadalupe Ruby Baedes Garcia, Cameron Lee Baisley, Ashley Marie Bautista, Andrew Michael Bazan, Jervon Royce Bennett, Lady Cristal Blanco Cordones, Faith Zaylee Bolanos, Jalen Ahmad Booker, Jordan Devon Booker, Latavia Caitlin Bolwin, Xavier Vernell Bradley, Kayla Monique Bravo, Tiffany Elaine Browse, Zanisha Lizelle Broussard, Janelle Bernard Brown Jr., Shayna Brown, Christopher Vinny Butera, Nicholas Kennedy Bynum, Rika May Cabeltes, Elias Calamaco, Elizabeth Calamaco, Christian Eugene Vincent Campbell, Paloma Isela Campos, Jose Cardenas Gonzalez Jr., Melissa Alexandra Carmona Barbosa, Isabella Carrion, Denise Eridani Castellanos, Bridget Alejandra Castillo, Eva Marie Cepeda, Michael James Chanette III, Amia Tashawn Chapman, Esteban Michel Chavez Rosero, Dylan Ray Clivenger, Maurice Brian Cockrell, Jake Pierce Cody, Cedric Coleman, Raven Celeste Coleman, Cameron Dejon Collins, Christian Isaiah Collins, Desiree Roshan Collins, Flomika Ann Collins, Aisha Ariel Coulter, Jocelyn Alondra Contreras, Demetrian Marquise Cosi, Jordan Anthony Cormier, Bridget Samara Corrales, Zakaria Travion Crawford, Samaje Edward Crowder, Luis Alberto Cruz, Sierra Eliza Cruz, Adrian Angel Cuellar, Jalen H. Colmer White, Brittany Jean Curry Salas, Rizea Curtis, Brandon Deshawn Dancer, Robert Earl Daniels III, Cheyenne Ine Durrell, Anastasia Simone Davis, Brene Ashley Davis, Jasmine Rochelle Davis, Florencia Nicole De Leon Diaz, Christian Deanda, Jesus Humberto Delgadillo, Francisco Dina, Eric Emmanuel Diaz, Giovanni Diaz, Ismael Diaz, Devin Tyler Dickinson, Jonathan Michael Dillard, Alec Scott Dixon, Shakira Janae Dixon, Hoang Jia Do, Anthony Joseph Douglas Jr., 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 Anthony Joseph Felicia Michelle Drake. Lance Everett Eckhart. Francisco Javier Ekia Jr. Quinicia Ajane Elliott. Savannah Lulu Ellis. Jerry Anthony Enriquez. Valerie Nicole Espinosa. Jonathan Espinosa. Eduardo Enrique Favela. Kiana Dene Felix. Brianna Marie Flores. Guillermo Elian Flores. Matthew Edward Flores. Nina Flores. Armani DeQuincy Fontanet. Charlemagne Elias Forrest. Alejandra Franco Aguirre. Kiera Brene Fuller. Reggie Morel Galindo. Victoria Galindo. Joshua Matthew Galvan. Julian Galvan. Christian Jorge Galvan Santiago. Pilar Amanda Gaines. Andres Garcia. Arlene Yvette Garcia. Cynthia Nicole Garcia. Jose Fernando Garcia. Jose Manuel Garcia Jr. Luis Jose Garcia. Jalen DeAndrea Gasper. Cameron Alexander Gilmore. Evan Asiel Giron. Taylor Danielle Gladney. Devin Adam Glaster. Giselle Gomez. Alexis Vanessa Gonzalez. Giselle Guadalupe Gonzalez. Diamond Janae Gray. Sheldon Marquise Lewis Gray. Isaiah Marcus Aaron Greer. Destiny Lachey Cherie Griffin. Cameron Blake Griswold. Anthony Diego Guerrero. Yahaira Lizeth Guerrero. Ulin Masi Guillory Knapp. Alexander Miranda Guzman. Christian Miranda Guzman. Leandra Dean Guzman. Niurka Margarita Guzman Guerra. Tiare Celiolani Iola. Rayshawn Stefan Hall Culberson. Hunter Lee Hamblin. Caitlin Michelle Hamilton. Tanavius Deshay Harper. Deniro Malik Harrison. Brianna Michelle Hayward. Romana Yvette Hayward. Trishelle Kiana Hayward, Caitlin Ann Henson, Cesar Hernandez, Christopher Michael Hernandez Jr., Jennifer Chantal Hernandez, Karen Lisette Hernandez, Michelle Olivia Hernandez, Sandra Pamela Hernandez Marroquin, Alexis Estella Erador, Latrell Dwayne Hill, Sean Jamal Hill, Luis Alexander Ippolito, Nicholas Alexander Hippolito, Trevor Austin Hughes, Brianna Joyce Tashay Eidelberg, Kimmett Lanell Iverson, Mayat Kiara Iverson, Nerilyn Harmon, Javante Webb Jasper, Kayla Elise Jenkins, Jose Raul Jimenez, DeMarcus Dion Jones Jr., Tierra Shakori Jones, Joshua Antoine Jordan, Caden Foster Joseph, Carlton James Kelly Williams, Ariana Angelica Landa, Chantrinice Evanisha Lane, Dade Alexander LaPlante, Sarah Amanda Laureano, Maya Lynette Lavias, Dominic Arnez Leatherwood, Frederick Eugene Lee, Rachel Helena Levier, Aisha Nicole Lewis, Bria Nicole Lewis, Elitzi Judavi Linares, Alyssa Nicole Lona, Andres Lopez, Ariana Yahaira Lopez, Christopher Lopez, Crystal Roxana Lopez, Ernest Isaiah Lopez, Michael Alexander Lopez, Michael John Lopez, Bonet Bashia Lott, Charles Shane Little, Salvador Alejandro Madrigal, Jitarian Lynn Paul Malbrough. Delwyn Ferdinand Marks Jr. Mariana Isabel Marquez. Xavier Treshawn Martin. Andre Martinez. Kristen Alyssa Martinez. Tatiana Anali Martinez. Cameron Jacoby Matthews. Haley Danielle McCoy. Tanner Scott McGuire. Shakirie Lachey McKnight. Robbie Callahan McMillan. Antoni Valmori Mejia. Robin Andrew Melendez. Joel Menchaca. Davian Alexander Mills. Diamante Malik Mitchell. Kobe Lynn Mitchell. Isaac Daniel Monsive Cavazos. Mia Denis Montoya. Armani Nicole Moore. Caleb Alfred Moore. Jada Renee Moore. Caitlin Alexandria Moore. Esharia Faith Mosby. Kevin Andrew Mulder. Carlos Jossi Munoz. Nathan Antonio Munoz. Gabrielle Marie Murray. Daniela Anaju Navarro. Adarius Elijah Neal. Emily Nicole Nelson. Jatavia Renee Nervis. Tran Nguyen. Brian Neves. Randy Neves. Michael Anthony Nunes. Michael Wesley Nunn. Eric Joe Olivares. Daniela Christina Olivas. Amy Lizeth Olvera. Riker J. O'Neill. Dewan Orange. Mario Anthony Ordonez. Jason Osorio. Elias Alejandro Ortega. Jose Antonio Ortega. Rafael Ortega. Beatrice Ariana Ortiz. David Ibiunke Owalabi. Brandon D'Angelo Isaiah Palmer. Kaylin Cheyenne Perales. Paola Melissa Pereira. Alexander Antonio Perez. Francisco Javier Perez Jr. Natalie Perez. Robert Alexander Perez. Deja Ann Perry. Timothy Philo. Thomas Alex Keith Puryear. David Michael Cavazos Qureshi Jr. Jennifer Ramirez. Lydia Ruth Ramirez. Samantha Ramirez. Skylar Elizabeth Ramirez. Yesenia Renee Ramirez. Dalia Estefany Ramirez Camacho. Renee Ramirez Swastiki. Jesus Octavio Ramos. Maria Fernanda Ramos Rivera. Isabella Ramatar. Christina Page Randall. Cameron Joseph Randall. Cornelius Tremond Reese. Diana Esther Reynoso. Damian Lee Reyes. Clarissa Beatrice Reyna. Aisha Jaden Reynolds. Yeslyn Stacy Rios Santos. Jorge Rivera Moreno. Taylor Sharon Roberts Washington. Faith Michelle Robertson. Gray Robertson. Malcolm James Robinson II. Marlene Rocha. Riza Talina Roches. Alexa Julia Rodriguez. Crystal Rodriguez. Marissa Nicole Rodriguez. Vanessa Rodriguez. Daniela Rodriguez Milan. Zaria Beatrice Rogan. Claudia Romano. Johanna Natalie Romano. Sammy Ruda. Felicia Alexis Ruiz. Alicia Salazar Camacho. Jalen Christopher Javon Sample. Cecily Sanchez. Taylor Noah Rendon. J. Lynn Sanchez. Oscar Danielle Sanchez. Raul Sanchez Jr. Naneshka Sanchez Torres. Evelyn Gabriela Sandoval. Alexandria Dominique Sanders. Imani Joanna Satcher. Ariadne Saucedo. Tarian Lynn Salisbury. Ashley Lynette Scalzo. Marco Antonio Cerna. Elijah Khalil Schrader. Francis Paul Simbach. Bailey Gail Simmons. Quintarius Alexandrian Simpson. Izzy Sinicone. Morgan Elizabeth Singleton. Trevor Smart. Jaya Monet Smith. Jessica Skylar Dawn Smith. Tyree Armand Smith Jr. Anais Suzette Solache. Briseida Sosa Mejia. Iloni Tamar Sowell. Zion Dequan Stevens. Tikona Malay Stevenson. Xavier Daniel Stephenson. Ashlyn Gabrielle Stewart. Lauren Monique Stewart. David Eben Stubblefield. Robert Shannon Stubblefield Jr. Kenia Lisette Swastigi Pioquinto. Armando Suastes. Kayla Yvette Sewell. Kyrie Elason Sugg. Alexis Lydia Tamayo. Brandon Tatum. Isharia Rose Marie Taylor McDade. Samantha Escaray Telez. Joseph Nathaniel Temple III. Fantasia LaShawn Thomas. Jalen Michael Thomas. Jordan Eric Elijah Thomas. Aubrey Allison Thompson. Cameron Ladell Thompson. Kiera Shanice Thompson. Andrew Elijah Tisdale. Kai Vincent Todash. Eduardo Torres II. Juan Alberto Torres. Anthony Tovar Colon. Victoria Nicole Tunches. Jordan Dominic Tyler. Alec Anthony Valdez. Nelita Lily Valencia. Angie Jalen Valladares. Hannah Marie Van Aken. AJ Anthony Vargas Burns. Rebecca Vasquez. Dion Lassay Vaughn. Gabriela Vasquez de la Riva. Viviana Verdes. Connie Zynisha Walker. Diavion Monet Walker. Sierra Kaylon Wallace Parker. Kendrick Demond Washington. Michaela Simone Washington. James Matthew Watson. Ariana Nicole West. Chelsea Camille White. Keatlin J. White. Cedric Eugene Williams II. Davin Jamal Williams. Emily Nicole Williams. Tiani Elaine Williams. Zion Ralph Williams. Jerenee Unique Wilmore. Nathan John Wodilla. Andriana Victoria Wolf. Anastasia Tatiana Alexis Woods. Natalia Michelle Wright. Katoria Lynette Wyatt. Yaneli Zamar Pippa. Dylan Keon Richard Zeno. Christian Ricardo Cepeda. Christian Jameson Zakaria Tomas. Sofyan Mahmoud Ali III.
Let's give all these graduates a huge round of applause. Woohoo! We are so proud of you. We have a couple of closing remarks before we end our ceremony. If you'll help me welcome to the stage our Student Council President, Zakis Riley, and our Class President, Alexandra Chambers, for our closing remarks.
Congratulations, class of 2018! It has been an honor and a privilege to serve as the 100th president of Student Council here at Humboldt High School. And I look forward to continuing my service to each of you by joining the United States Army. A wise woman once told me, in order to lead, you must first be willing to sacrifice. And I am willing to make that ultimate sacrifice, if need be, for each of you and for my nation. But before we pat ourselves on the back and head out, let us not forget to give credit where it's due. Our parents. They were always there to protect us and advise us in our greatest hour, but were also there to applaud our most greatest successes. Whoever served as your parent for you, whether it be two parents, a single mother, or a single father, we have grown up to be more stronger and driven for success than ever before. What some would have seen as my greatest weakness was in reality my greatest flame to heat my ambition for success. For many of us, missing one parent from our lives didn't mean we had less than of any child who did, but instead, we watched the one that we had step up and do more for us than we ever dreamt possible. So let's just say thank you to all those teary-eyed mothers, teary-eyed fathers, aunts, uncles, grandparents, grandmas, or whoever was up there who helped you become the man or woman that you are today. We will leave an imprint on this world as Humboldt High School has left an imprint on us. The graduating class of 2018, I say to you, congratulations and good luck. And may the imprint you leave on this world last 100 years and more. Thank you.
Well, I'll welcome myself. I'm Alexandria Chambers, 2018's class president, also the official class crybaby. So I'm gonna try and keep this dry and relatively short because I know y'all wanna get out of here. At the beginning of the year, teachers put on the board the countdown to graduation. Every day you could hear someone say something like, 250 days left, I wish it was 25 already. I don't think we actually realized how fleeting time is. It feels as if just yesterday we could hear Mr. Bartley yell, find your way, Wildcats, 3 minutes, Wildcats. Or the time when Miss Ulrich hit her cartwheel split for the first time. Does anybody remember that? High school has brought us so many funny and memorable moments. Our time as students at Humboldt High School has been temporary, but one thing that will remain permanent is that we will always be Humboldt's 100th graduating class. I leave you with 2 quotes. Carpe diem, seize the day, and we made it, Drake. Please stand for the alma mater. Please be seated. I would like to welcome our superintendent, Dr. Elizabeth Fagan.
Humboldt High School, class of 2018, friends, family, and staff. It is so great to have you here today. You have accomplished so much in your 13 years with Humboldt ISD and other schools in your experiences. For those that say to me, how do we measure the most important things in education? I wish they could meet each one of you. I wish they could know your stories. I wish they could know the obstacles that you overcome, the knowledge and the skills that you possess, the character that you display. This fall, we started our school year very differently than all others. And you exhibited all of those skills, all of that knowledge, when you demonstrated service to others in a very, very challenging time for our community. You came together as our original school and made the best of a very difficult situation for our entire community. And for that, I am very proud of the work, the perseverance, and the resiliency that you all show on a daily basis, and even in the most difficult of times. I want to say thank you for the opportunity to serve as your superintendent. I believe that you do have the skills and the knowledge, as well as the character that will serve you well wherever you go from here, in all the decisions that you make, in all the goals that you achieve. Thank you for this opportunity. Congratulations and good luck as you go forward. Based on the recommendation of your principal, Donna Ulrich, You have completed all of the graduation requirements as set forth by the Texas Education Agency and the Humble ISD Board of Education. Therefore, I hereby certify you as graduates of Humble High School. Congratulations, class of 2018.
Graduates of 2018, you may now move your tassel from right to left. This signifies the closing of the chapter in your life and begins a new chapter. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2018. Parents, students, and graduates, you may now exit the ceremony to the forward exit. Thank you.